Stranded in space. Some more tough news for two American astronauts. This was supposed to be a quick 8-day journey, and now they are learning they may not be home until February of 2025 at the earliest. NASA is now postponing the launch of its next crew to the International Space Station. Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams remaining up in the ISS waiting to return home. And there are serious issues with the Boeing Starliner capsule. Multiple errors found, including a helium leak. We do want to bring in on this former NASA astronaut Jose Hernandez. Jose, it's always good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
How you doing, Natasha? Good being here with you.
Jose, I know you've spent time up at the ISS. First of all, are these astronauts going to be okay? Enough provisions until next year or beyond?
Yes, they have resupply missions. As a matter of fact, one just occurred where they bring a bunch of supplies and they always bring more than what's needed. So having 2 extra mouths to feed and 2 extra lungs to breathe air, they have enough consumables to take care of that.
Yeah, not just 2 extra stomachs. That's so interesting. 2 extra lungs to breathe air. That's not something I immediately thought of. You know, after spending so much time in space, talk to me about this. Are there any long-term problems regarding their health that they didn't initially think they'd be signing up for? For example, more radiation?
Yes, well, originally I sort of resisted the idea that they were stranded in space because we always knew they were going to come back. Coming back home safely is not an issue. It's how they're doing it. And because they may choose to come back in another vehicle, the schedule's just so calls that they have to wait until February. Now, we've had astronauts over there on the station for over a year. And the only thing that changes is their exercise protocol. They have to exercise about an hour and a half just to keep their muscles toned and bone density up. So the thing that could be is a little bit psychological, because they may be disappointed because of perhaps there's family obligations they had plans to attend, a brother's wedding or something of that nature that they're going to miss as a result of staying till February, if indeed they do stay until February.
Tell me a little bit more about this, because both of these individuals are highly trained, very intelligent scientists, and they wanted to be in space. I'm sure there's a part of them that's excited to be able to have this opportunity. But is there a mental toll here? They're also away from their families for much longer than they expected. This is, a situation where the goalpost keeps moving and it keeps getting kicked out. What do you think they're going through mentally up there?
Sure. Well, I think they're informed as a result of how they're making that decision, whether to stay longer or to leave, and with the Starliner. And different situations are different for families. Like I know both of them very well. Butch has some kids. They're bigger now, so I don't think that that's too big of an issue anymore. And so I think they're going to be okay with it. The issue is that I didn't realize, what happens is when they got all the data of the thrusters, because you realize the thrusters are destroyed when it comes in Earth. The service module separates where the thrusters are and they burn up. So we can't examine them once they come home. This is why they stayed there and they fired thrusters to get as much data. They analyzed the data, and there's probably 2 camps at NASA. The one that it's very safety conscious. We call them the hand wranglers that sort of say we were very conservative. We don't want to risk the lives of astronauts. And then there's the other ones that say, look, the data says they're going to be okay. We're 99.999%, but it's that 0.001% that the people worry about. And hence, that's the discussions NASA is having right now. And I'm sure the astronauts are part of those discussions because they also weigh in on the decision.
All right. Many discussions to be had and errors to be identified, work to be done. Jose Hernandez, always appreciate your time. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.